Hey everyone, I'm alive and back with some fun and not so fun updates. The Freen Becky Air Series teaser, Freen speaking out about leaked footage, Becky's reaction to the group chat leak scandal, and the ongoing Northstar Entertainment backlash. Cow's response to dating rumors involving her manager, and lookhmee's statement about her sexuality. Plus, we'll dive into discussions around shades, enemies with benefits, Climax. Let's get into it. Starting with the Freen Becky teaser for Air Series. It's an understatement to say I'm obsessed. Becky is such a big reveal in this teaser as Princess Catherine Blue. We already know Freen and her character Lom from Earth and Water series. We all love Lom. But Becky, oh my god, she looks so majestic in this Princess Blue role. She has played a princess before, but Becky just feels like she was made for this kind of character. And she's going to be playing a double role in this show. This makes it even more exciting. I'm so hyped to watch everything Freen Becky is about to deliver. Now, aside from that, we also saw Freen calling out an anonymous user on TikTok for posting unseen footage from Gap series. She was clearly uncomfortable with those leaked clips and actually commented. Excuse me, may I ask where this clip is from? It looks like unaired footage. I'm not sure if permission was obtained before publishing it. I've seen several clips like this. As an actress, I feel uneasy about the unauthorized release of footage. And that's completely valid. These are unreleased clips, and leaking them like that is a huge violation, not just of the production, but also of the actors themselves. If you come across any leaked footage, don't engage with it and report. Now moving on. Becky went live on X Spaces this week for about an hour, where she talked to fans about a lot of things and answered questions. But one moment from that live really stood out. She read tweets about the recent group chat leak scandal from the University of Indonesia, and this is a very disturbing case involving sexual violence from one of the top universities. People were bringing it up to her because it somewhat parallels what we saw in episode 2 of Girl From Nowhere, Reset, which also deals with similar theme. Now, this case is still developing and new information is coming out, but to summarize what we know so far, on April 14th, someone on X leaked group chats involving a group of law students from the University of Indonesia. In these chats, the students were making extremely disturbing jokes, explicit sexual comments including grape jokes, targeting at least 27 classmates and even 7 female lecturers. What makes this even worse is that some victims and teachers' names were directly mentioned in those chats. It's also being reported that some victims were aware of these chats as far back as last year, but stayed silent out of fear. After the leak went viral, the university's law faculty organized a public town hall on April 13th that went late into the night. During this meeting, 16 students who were allegedly part of the group chat were brought forward in front of everyone and made to apologize publicly. Victims were present. Other students showed up in support, and as you can see from the videos posted all over TikTok, people were openly calling out, naming and shaming these men on stage. And the reaction was powerful. People made sure this behavior was exposed and not ignored. This is literally something that feels straight out of a Netflix series. We don't usually see this level of public accountability and backlash happen so directly. This really does look like a scene from Reset, and that's what Becky briefly reacted to during her live as well.
Becky, there's something very similar like Nano's EP2 going on right now in One Asia. The case is blowing up, and I hope you know many people instantly thought of Nano EP2 because of the issues they're having right now. Many women being victims, but also keep supporting each other. Yeah, sadly, I heard about that as well, and first of all, I feel very sorry for anyone who ever has to experience that. It's not nice. It's not nice at all. But I'm proud of the fact women stand up for each other and women support each other. And that's a quality I would always love of women, because women understand women and are always there for each other. I hope no one ever has to go through something like that, and it will take time to heal from something like that as well, I would think. But I send my regards and best wishes to anyone that ever has to face anything like that. Actually, I would say that there was one day I was walking at a shopping mall, and I was wearing a skirt, right? And then there was like this one person kind of like just kept, I didn't know the person, just kept videoing me, following me, and like trying to get close to me, following me on the escalators and everything like that. And I felt quite panicky and everything. I didn't really like it, but Yeah, I hope no one has to go through that. Men or women. No one should face something like that.
Now, going back to the fandom side of things, I haven't read the Air novel, and I don't really know much about the Four Elements novels either. But there's a part of the fandom that's a bit worried about how the show is going to adapt the story, mainly because it's only getting 8 episodes. People are questioning how they're going to fit everything into such a short runtime. I don't personally know what everything includes, but it's definitely a big discussion in the fandom right now. Another thing fans have been talking about this week, especially regarding Four Elements and Northstar Entertainment, is what many are calling mistreatment. Fans of Engelot and Freen Becky feel like Northstar isn't promoting other couples the same way they promoted Apple and Mim. There is this growing sentiment that the company is being unfair to couples who aren't directly under their own managements. Now, this is something fans complain about all the time with pretty much every company, whether it's GMM, Channel 3, or now Northstar. But this week, things escalated because of Northstar's own mistake. The company released an official statement apologizing, and Patek also posted 2 statements taking full responsibility. Basically, what happened is Northstar planned a finale screening and fan meeting event, something that usually gets a lot of hype, but they put the tickets on sale without proper prior notice. They only gave fans about 3 hours notice. This especially affected international Engelot fans who needed to travel to Thailand. It gave them almost no time to plan, book flights or hotels, or even secure tickets. And to make things worse, all of this happened during the Songkran holiday. Patek later posted 2 statements apologizing and took full responsibility for everything that happened. We also have an update on Kao. Yesterday, someone posted a tweet accusing Kao and her manger dating, saying, "You and Jane aren't even friends. You only ever interact online and always have excuses not to meet in person. But your agent is by your side all the time. I don't even want to think about all the shady things you two might have done. I'm just really disgusted." Kao responded to this directly, shutting down the dating rumors with her manager. She said, "I'd like to gently clarify something. My manager and I have known each other for a long time. We grew up together and have built a strong bond based on trust, friendship, and a long-standing professional and personal connection. We were in a relationship in the past, but that chapter ended many years ago. Since then, we've both had our own lives while continuing to work together professionally. I understand that this may not be a common situation, and it's okay if it feels unfamiliar to some people, but I kindly ask for open-mindedness and respect. What we have now is built on mutual understanding and goodwill, purely professional and respectful." She also responded to a fan saying, "I've never really talked about this before, but I want to say it now. I've been feeling uncomfortable. If people understand, they understand. If not, there's really nothing I can do. What's in the past is already over. I'm living in the present, and I'm happy." Meeting new fans has been very refreshing. I've been able to do many things I've never done before. Thank you for coming into my life and helping fill it with happiness. You know what's funny about Kao is that she is here literally denying dating rumors with other, and she's spreading her own dating rumors with Jane. Lookhmee made a statement in her recent interview where she said, "For me, when I love someone, I don't limit it by gender." Now, I honestly don't understand why there is so much discourse around this statement. First of all, this is a very basic textbook kind of answer coming from a GL actress. And it's also kind of sad because GL actresses are often only given 2 options by toxic fans. Either they come out and explicitly say they are queer or lesbian and only like girls, or they say something like what Lookhmee said. But when they say something more fluid like this, it becomes a problem itself. A lot of fans don't welcome heterosexuality within the GL space, and there is also a very strong layer of biphobia in these conversations that people are just not ready to talk about. I don't understand why people are so fixated on Lookhmee specifically, and why there is this visible effort to insist that she is straight, downplaying her own words. The reactions online include claims that she has a boyfriend. There are TikToks and posts trying to prove that she's straight, almost like discrediting what she actually said in the interview. And this has been especially called out by Spanish and Portuguese speaking fans who have pointed out the bi erasure happening here. And another common sentiment from fans is that people are actively invalidating her words, while at the same time fully accepting similar statements when they come from other idols or actresses. This witch hunt against Lookhmee really needs to stop. Lastly, we have new teasers and trailers from highly anticipated shows. First, Shades. Shades has officially released its teaser, and just go watch it. I already know this show is going to take over my life. It's giving Toxic Yuri done right. I know it's probably too early to hype it this much, but the teaser just looks so good and so messy in the best way. I've been waiting a whole year for this series, and everything looks worth it. The production, the actresses, the entire ensemble cast. FRT Entertainment already has a reputation for delivering strong cinematography in their teasers and trailer, and visually, this is very, very pleasing. Shades is clearly going to be shady, just like the name suggests. And this is the full cast, so yeah, you really have to get familiar with a lot of new names here. I haven't really watched FRT Entertainment BLs that closely, I only recognize a few of the actresses. I know Mook, and I have a bit of familiarity with some of the other pairings. Now, based on the teaser, Mook is playing a new teacher at an all-girls school. Apparently, she returns to teach there with a mission to discipline the students. Shu and Mook are both playing teachers, Nalin and Mink, and they're apparently a couple. From what I understand, they might either be exes or have some sort of complicated past between them. My theory is that Mook's character is probably going to struggle with acceptance of her sexuality, especially in this Catholic-looking school. Then we have the students and younger couples. Opal and Mint are playing Amy and Sophie. Nikki England and Poifiploy are also part of the cast. Now, the elephant in the room, one of the subplots seems to involve a teacher getting involved with high school students, touching on grooming and exploitation. This was actually hinted in the very first teaser a year ago, and it has sparked discussion again with this new teaser. It looks like Pla is going to be playing that teacher. Of course, with just a few seconds from the trailer, I can't say much for sure. They're clearly keeping this storyline very under wraps for the actual show. And to be honest, it is quite bold of the series to even include and explore this topic. But as long as they handle it properly and don't romanticize, glamorize, or turn it into fan service, it could be meaningful storytelling. We obviously don't support any of that behavior. A student having a crush on a teacher is something that can happen in real life, but the responsibility always lies with the adult to never reciprocate or cross that line. And I'm assuming that's the direction the show will take. Now we'll just have to wait and see how they handle it, and especially which character ends up facing consequences, because if they're taking on such a sensitive topic, they really need to execute it properly. I'll definitely be talking more about this show in the coming weeks, so stay tuned. The show starts airing this Saturday in Thailand, and if you want to watch it for free, you'll have to wait until next month. In June, it will also start airing on YouTube on FRT Entertainment's official channel, Enimes with Benefits. Official trailer has finally been released, and it's already a viral sensation. Everyone is talking about it right now. Snap 25 really deserves their flowers for this one. They released a pilot first, and now the trailer is literally breaking the internet for how good it is. This is exactly the romantic comedy I've been waiting for since the GMM lineup announcement. Especially Jane Jing Jing, they really left us hungry for more after Mute Love, which was only 4 episodes. They had so much tension and chemistry and left us with the open ending, so seeing them come back with a full series together is a rewarding moment. I'm so excited. Right now, it feels like we're living in a prime era for GL content. Enemies with Benefits, Shades, Air, Water, Broken Love, Hometown Romance, Girls Rule. All of these shows are going to be the highlight of this year. Speaking of strong shows, Climax ended this week with the highest ratings, but also with 2 dead lesbian characters. I know I've said this before, I didn't really have high expectations for a happy ending, but I'm still hurt. Because what do you mean Senga fell in love with 2 women in her life and they both ended up dying? That's just painful. And she died while trying to save her. But the part I still can't get over is the fact that she drugged her. I genuinely cannot believe that happened. It felt so out of character for her, or maybe I'm just in denial and don't want to accept that she actually did that to Sangha. Anyway, what do you guys think about it? Have you watched this K-drama? Despite the sad ending, I still want to appreciate the actresses, especially Hajiwon and Nana. These are big names in the industry, and them choosing roles like this and portraying a same-sex relationship in a primetime TV drama is still a big deal, and something worth celebrating on its own. Well, there's another Korean GL airing right now called Scandal Love. It's about K-pop idols in the same girl group who end up falling in love. I'm not watching this one, honestly, just because I don't really have the time to start another show right now with everything else I'm already following. But if you're interested, you can check it out. Around 4 episodes are already out. So yeah, definitely worth a look if you're into that kind of storyline. And that's all I have for today. Thanks for watching.